Okay, last article for this show. Powell says the Fed is, quote, not confident. I repeat, not confident.
Of course.
It has done enough to bring inflation down. You know, I get beat up a lot in the comments sometimes about I'm just being negative and I don't know what I'm talking about. And, you know, you should have been alive at this other period in time when I wasn't alive and I didn't know. And I have to go back and research history and look at things like that. But look, man, here's straight from the article. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he and his colleagues remain steadfast in getting policy in line with their 2% inflation goal. But, quote, we are not confident that we have achieved such a stance. He stressed the Fed nevertheless can be cautious as the risks between doing too much and too little have come into closer balance. So it's kind of admission that they were not in balance and they're getting closer but not totally in balance, while at the same time priming the pump a little bit for like, hey guys, we might not be done yet.
Yeah. So December,
I don't know, 14th, 15th, 16th, something like that.
Is it their man on the 3rd they're meeting on the 3rd?
I don't remember.
Sometime in December.
Yeah, it's going to be September 3rd or so.
You guys talk, I'll figure it out.
Let me ask you, increase?
I think they're going to hold.
And the Fed funds?
They're going to stay. They're going to hold.
I think it's on the fence. I think there's actually a 50-50% chance that they're going to increase because here's why. Why is he saying this?
Yeah.
They just had a meeting.
Okay.
They just had a meeting days ago.
It's just prepping people up.
Why are they saying this? Because they're saying higher for longer, and their terminal rate is now what, 5.25, 5.5. Okay, why is he saying this?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the market sees it before. We saw it this week.
Oh yeah,
the last couple of days.
And that's what it is. It's just it's like that dog. Just turn over. Let me rub you in the belly. Good. And then,
but it's crazy because everybody, the previous was like plunge, rates are down. Yeah. But we know what's really happening here. It's a short term, cycle.
I really feel that they're going to finish off the year. They're just going to finish it off and increase it another 0.25%. That's my take.
Could. The next FOMC meeting is December 12th to 13th, 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't remember off the top of my head, but
was
quick
10
look
days.
up. No, you're good. It's December 12th to 13th. Yeah. I agree. I think what they're going to do is make a. So my personal opinion is yes. I am saying 50-50, and I'm also saying they are going to increase it.
I'm more towards increase.
He's already saying that they're not really confident. He could be using much different language, knowing that the weight of the words they speak matters to markets, matters to everyone that's watching. I think that he knows exactly what he's saying. I think we're going to gear up for another 0.25%, and then they're going to let that ride for at least the first 2 quarters of 2024.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
They might have to succumb to political pressure in quarter 3.
Well, there's Uncle Pow, and we say Pow just because he keeps powing us.
And
it is.
Look, here, again, I'm going to go down the same thing of why are they saying this? He's saying that more work could be ahead in the battle against higher prices. The Federal Open Market Committee is committed to achieving a stance of monetary policy that's sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to 2% over time. We are not confident that we have achieved such a stance. So, look, he's saying that it needs to be well above where the Fed would like to see it, which, by the way, historical note, is well above where they thought they'd need to take it. So they've already been wrong once. They've already been wrong twice when they said transitory. I'm not going to go any further on them. But this whole significantly restrictive and higher for longer thing means that they are not yet ready to say, we're done. They're just saying pause. They're still saying pause.
And he makes a prediction here, speaking to the investors. Chairman Powell issued a warning to investors too giddy on prospect of rate cuts next year. So he's already telling investors, hey, don't get your hopes up. Yeah. I know all you guys are saying rates are going to come down. But the Fed will be true to its mandate and hike further should inflation reaccelerate.
And we've talked about this on the show before. I talked about reinflation. I talked about that happening back in the Volcker days, where you do that and then you see reinflation.
I got you guys on that one, huh?
Rears its ugly head. And here's the other thing I would like to say too is, he's telling investors now don't get too giddy, but that also might be because he wants to surprise them positively at some point next year. So, hey,
that
Brian,
could be true.
You know what? I don't know if I can get you a raise in 2024. Hey, Memo, we already know that we're going to give him a raise in 2024. Let's not tell him, but hey, just don't be too giddy about it.
And I'm hoping that's the case.
Right. But
well, for the economy.
Yeah,
of course.
But then all of a sudden we go, hey, by the way, you know what? You've been doing a really good job. We're going to give you a raise in quarter 3. So I think that's honestly part of what the game is at afoot. And
much uncertainty.
Hey, here's the deal, guys. History will judge me before they judge you because I'm the one that's always saying this crap. So it's going to judge me probably even more harder because I take a little more hardline stance and I'm a super big dork. But I think that's what's going on. They're priming everyone right right now. They're getting ready to maybe make a last move, and then we'll have to see. I mean, look, I'm going to read straight from this because it's the best thing to do. If it becomes appropriate to tighten policy further, we will not hesitate to do so.
Hello?
We will continue to move carefully, however, allowing us to address both the risk of being misled by a few good months' data and the risk of over-tightening. That says very clearly to me that they do not know yet if they are done.
Correct.
There you go. That's my answer.
Boom.
Anything else, guys? Anything
Nope.
else on Jerome Powell and the Fed?
No, Uncle Powell just keeps...
You see how he kicked out those people that came in, the climate activists?
protesters.
Out of the room.
Yeah. Well, one last thing though, because they made mention of this in the article. They're talking about GDP, and how GDP is looking really good. And one of the things, another thing I remembered, they keep saying, oh, we're going to have to see below trend growth for a long time. Well, guess what? That's not happening either. There's no below trend growth happening. In fact, it is way higher than trend, and that is again working against them.
Yeah.
The article goes on to say as well, unemployment remains low, though the jobless rate has risen 0.5 percentage point this year, a move commonly associated with the recession. So we're yet to see some pain in the labor market. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Softening in the labor market.
Softening the labor market. Hate me in the comments.
Yeah.